I had already finished the lectures for this section when I realized I probably should give a quick blurb about what ecology is, because I reference the term a lot. So I have a couple definitions up here, some I like more than others. So this definition is from the Ecological Society of America, which is a research group. It's a research institution. And so their definition is, which is the first sentence here, ecology is the study of the relationship between living organisms, including humans, and their physical environment. It seeks to understand the vital connection between plants and animals and the world around them. Ecology also provides information about the benefits of ecosystems and how we use Earth's resources in a way that leaves the environment healthy for future generations. So this doesn't seem to have a lot to do with human health, because this is very macro organism oriented, right? And it's very human oriented. You know, we care about having an environment for the future, so we think about the things that we obviously interact with every day. So I actually, even though this is the biggest ecology research institution in the United States, I just don't love this definition for our purposes, okay? But I'm an ecologist, and this is what I started with. So I prefer these simpler definitions. The branch of ecology is the branch of biology that deals with the relations of organisms to one another and to their physical surroundings. So in the context of microbes and the human body, inside your body is the physical surroundings for the microbe. So you need to start thinking about these microbes as living organisms and looking at things from their perspective, which, of course is impossible to a certain extent. But a lot of, when we talk about antibiotics, we say the human patient has become resistant to antibiotics. No. It's the microbes, the organisms living inside them. You are an ecosystem. So I know if the old Men in Black movie, and they have at the end, it has this visual that makes you think about scale, about how the world is just a marble for an alien thing, right? Or the whole universe is just a marble for some other microscopic organism. So not that that's true or anything, but you do want to have this concept in your mind of these layering scales. So you are huge, right? And you don't think of microbes as anything but some background in your environment. But from the microbes' perspective, they're living and eating and reproducing and doing all the things that you're doing, but they're doing it inside of you. You are their environment. You are their ecosystem. And here is another definition, which is my favorite of these. So what is ecology? Ecology is the study of how organisms interact with one another and with their physical environment. So when we're talking about microbes and microbial ecology, which is important, as you'll see in these lectures, even when you're talking about pathogens, there's hundreds of species of microbes living in your body, and they interact with each other in really complex ways. They have wars, they have cities, they have cooperative groups, they make trades, there are predator-prey interactions, there's whole food webs going on inside your body at all times, and you're not even aware of it, but it is happening. There is a world of life inside of you. So microbial ecology is looking at the interactions between these microbes, which ones are symbiotic with each other, which are predator-prey interactions, right? And then the second bullet point on here, the distribution and abundance of organisms on Earth is shaped by both biotic, or living, and abiotic, non-living factors, okay? So when you're studying ecology, you're looking at how the living things affect each other, plants, animals, microbes, fungi, how are they all interconnected, how do they affect each other, predator-prey interactions, symbiotic interactions, mutualistic interactions, pathogenic interactions, cooperative interactions. So how are these organisms directly and indirectly affecting each other? But then there's also the abiotic, or the non-living component of the environment. That's going to be things like nutrients, temperature, pH, osmotic potential, or salinity. Those are all things part of the abiotic environment. What are the energy sources? What are the building block sources? So if you're thinking about metabolism from the last chapter, those abiotic factors are incredibly important as well. They can include natural disasters, weather patterns. In the context of the human body, it's what are the abiotic factors in the human body? What is your temperature? What is your pH? What's your nutritional status? What are the hormones that are around? So those kinds of things. Well, hormones are probably more biotic, but you get the idea. What are the ecology is the study of how living things interact with each other, and also how those living things are affected by and how they affect their abiotic environment. So if you're thinking about humans, we're affected by the non-living environment, right? That's why cities look so different in Iceland versus Jamaica or something, right? Like the tropics. So temperature and other aspects, whether you're on an ocean or in the mountains or whatever, that's your abiotic environment. But humans also affect our abiotic environment, right? Because we can change weather patterns, we can change temperatures, we can change what's in the atmosphere, we can change what's in the soil, we can change what's in the rain. So those are the non-living, this is a living, we're the biotic, but we're changing the abiotic environment. And microbes do that too. Microbes can change the abiotic components of your body. And then ecology is studied at many levels, including organism, population, community, ecosystem, and biosphere. So you can look at how organisms interact with each other within their species, within their community. Then you can look at how they interact with other species. You can look at how they interact with the entire ecosystem. You can look at how they affect the whole globe, the whole living biosphere. Okay. And the thing that you're going to notice in this class, because since my background is in ecology, and since microbiomes and microbial ecology is becoming so important to modern medicine, I really focus on that in this chapter and throughout the course. So I just want to give this quote. So this is a John Muir quote. John Muir was a naturalist and sort of kind of a philosopher, and he wrote, "When we try to pick out anything by itself, we find it hitched to everything else in the universe." And you're really going to notice that as we move through this course and talk about the microbes that live in your body, because if you take out one microbe, it's going to have this domino effect, because each species of microbe is affecting many other species in the ecosystem of your body, and it has unknown consequences for our health and for the health of your microbiome. And so understanding pathogens is not as simple as we once thought it was. And so, yes, we will learn the traditional medical approach to pathogens, but you're also going to learn the more cutting edge ecological approach that's budding now in Western medicine.